Ramble.
Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's episode.
Welcome back to the Guilty Pleasure Podcast, the show that loves what it loves. I'm your host, Kelsey Darragh, as always with my other co-host, Garrick Bernard.
Yes, ma'am.
Rick, you're back.
I'm
your
back.
face, I can feel you. I can
Wow,
smell you.
wow,
you have a new
wow, wow.
Rolex on. Your calves are bigger than I've ever seen in my life.
Tell them.
You're cut in the back of your arm.
That's a good muscle.
You wear
It's a
your
good
hat
muscle.
like a
Yeah.
little cooler. It's all very confusing. So happy for you.
Hey.
And Zach Kornfeld, what happened to you?
I got hot.
And blonde, but your voice has stayed about the same.
Same,
Same.
yeah.
Zach Noe Towers, my very bestest friend, also my other co-host on the television show Dating No Filter.
Yes,
Wow.
where we judge people who are just trying to find love.
Yeah, fuck those people.
We already got a noise
We are
complaint.
already. We haven't even
Damn.
started.
We haven't even been
Yeah,
out.
who is that guy with the? There's just no way we're gonna
Yeah,
do
there's
this
no-
movie.
I don't know.
Actually, you know what? If you just lock that door, no one can
Nobody
come in
can.
and
I like
tell
that.
us
There it is.
anything.
There it is. I love that idea.
Also, I immediately feel so weird for saying I got hot. 'Cause
Why?
I think because it's a rude
No, it's
intro.
funny. No, it's very funny. Don't ever second guess yourself. This is not an internet friendly podcast, so don't feel bad for insulting Zach.
I love Zach though.
He needs to be knocked down a few pegs.
Oh, does he?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then I stand by it.
Okay. You're a very funny stand-up comedian. You actually know Rick
Yeah.
from the world of stand-up.
Yeah.
So
See each other?
this is nothing new. Zach Kornfeld is actually here. He's just in the other room shooting.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't care about this
He's
podcast.
not prioritizing
He's not
it.
prioritizing.
Exactly.
And that's how people come for your spot, Zach.
Which is very unfortunate because we are doing maybe the most requested movie we get
Yeah,
in the
100%.
DMs and
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Right.
I'm very scared, but we're just going to go ahead and go right into it.
I don't understand why it's the most
Yeah,
requested.
is
I
it
don't
really
get it.
the most requested?
I think it's the most requested because it's one of the worst rated. It has like
it's
one of the
sitting,
most.
It's sitting at a
Razzies.
solid 6%.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a little high.
Yeah, really. yeah. I think we should definitely. It's really hard to not tear this movie to shreds.
And we're gonna try and be neutral to a
and-
degree.
and just love
Loves what it loves.
is. Loves what it loves.
If you haven't guessed by now, my guilty yours, we're talking about 2003's Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Razzie favorite, Gigli.
Gigli.
Not to be confused with Jiggly
Nope. Or Giggly.
or Giggly.
Or Gigi.
Gigi. I've
thought
read
it was
Gigi.
Gigi.
Yeah.
A bunch of times.
Before I give the log line, what are y'all's personal connections to this movie?
When driving around, I remember in 2003
Oh.
on the corner of
No
Slauson
way.
and Stalker,
Holy
there was a
shit.
giant Gigli billboard. And I just
Your
remember
memory.
every time I'd be like going to church or school, it would just be right there. And I would just see Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez kind of be in love in their fucking stupid leather jackets. And I'm like, oh, this is a movie about Jersey.
A rom-com.
Amazing. A rom-com.
About Jersey.
Beautiful.
Oh, I have
Based
news
in
for you.
fucking Los Angeles.
Yeah, your hometown.
My hometown.
Your home.
And it just didn't even make sense.
None.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
That's
I
your personal
apologize.
connection. Is a
That my
billboard.
person- yeah,
From-
billboard.
That's how I know you were a good guy who didn't do too much hard drugs before your brain was fully functioning because you can remember fucking 2003.
Oh, that's about the only thing I can remember
Okay,
from it.
never mind. I
so.
take my
2003. How you were young then?
Yeah.
Do you know what age you
Everyone-
start doing drugs in Florida?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You
Sure,
start
sure.
taking
Take
liquor out
home
of
from
the
the
liquor
hospital.
cabinet.
They send you a little meth pipe.
Yeah. It's part of the welcome home package. Zachary, what's your connection?
I don't really want to associate with this film. I don't feel comfortable saying I know this film or that I ever supported this film.
You're not their number one fan.
I do have memories of like walking into a video store, like a Blockbuster type store.
R.I.P.
And on the shelves, maybe there were DVDs at this point, but Gigli was always in stock.
Wow,
Like,
you said it so perfectly. You say Gigli, like it's just
Gigli.
like you're from
Gigli.
Italy.
Gigli.
Well, maybe I am.
Gigli.
No, you're like blonde hair, blood. Like you're absolutely.
I got
Swedish.
Ancestry sent me an update and they're like, yeah, you're for sure from Ireland and Scotland. I was
Really?
like, you
Wow.
already told me that.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
they want to like rub
Sometimes-
it in my face.
Sometimes they like to send updates to destroy your
Yeah,
confidence.
yeah.
I told you
Like,
about.
you have new information. I was like, ooh. And like, no,
Oh,
that's the
Yeah.
same.
I told you about Jared's. We found out that he's Mongolian and African.
No way.
Yeah, his
In what
grandfather was
percent?
half black,
what
which
is
we
the
knew.
Oh, okay. All
And
right.
he's Ashkenazi mostly, but then
Okay.
Mongolian and African.
Wow.
It's very. We're gonna go back. We're gonna send in another.
I'm gonna
swam.
say the half black sent in the height, and that's it.
you like if you saw photos of his family, you'd be
Yeah.
like, why do half of those Jewish people have afros, but not Jew afros?
not Jew
They're like
fros.
afro.
Wow, that's
Anyway.
interesting. That's
Yeah,
an
it's-
interesting mix.
He's an interesting mix. So my relation to this
Yeah.
movie, Gigli, is all I know was that this was the hottest moment of Bennifer
Was it?
existing.
Yeah, this is like the peak of their dying
Yes.
star.
Yes.
It had to have contributed though to their breakup.
Okay.
Like
It's
this
gotta be.
shared
Yeah.
trauma.
Gotta be.
Like they're like they see each other and they
Literally.
see press for Gigli.
Maybe, but
my-
they're back. They're over the trauma.
that's
They're
right.
over
Yes.
the
20
trauma
years.
of the movie.
More
And
than 20 years.
To be fair, it needs to be more than 20
Yeah.
years because of this movie being so terrible.
You know, I think that also adds to why we're doing this episode was not only because it's one of the worst rated movies of all time, but like Bennifer's back and how do we feel about it?
I feel great.
You like it?
I like it.
You like
I
Jennifer
like it.
Affleck?
I like seeing couples get back together after being split for a long time.
I think I do. I like
sweet.
that as well.
Yeah.
You don't think you take out the trash for a reason?
No,
Well, who's the trash?
who's the trash? In
mean,
this
you guys know
scenario,
who
it
it
is
is.
the one with the back tattoo. So,
Yeah, it's Ben Affleck.
but
Wait, she also has a back tattoo.
I was gonna say, wait, you really threw me through a loop, but his is
you
a special
know
type
what
of
kind
driving.
of
Yeah,
back tattoo
yeah,
I'm talking about.
yeah.
Anybody
The
with a
Rising
giant
Phoenix.
phoenix or
Yeah.
sublime tattoo.
But look, he
Hey.
did that and got Jennifer back.
got Jennifer Lopez because Ben Affleck is a normal dude. I love him.
Really?
Hot take. I like Ben Affleck a lot.
You know what?
Over, I like him
do
more than Matt
too.
Damon.
I like him more than
I
Matt
know
do.
they probably don't like
That's
to be
fair.
paired up, but if
They-
in a fire, I
You
would
don't think that
save
they
Ben.
like to be paired up?
Probably not.
Oh,
Because they like started together, so they
Yeah.
probably want to like do their own thing.
you just made me realize that I also like Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
And I don't know where this intense supposed to be hating him came from.
Because he's creepy. He's like a normal creepy dude. I don't know what I know that's not a good thing to like root for, but like him just being like
A
Name
normal,
one other
creepy
normal
guy.
actor.
a normal
You
creepy guy.
can't.
He's just some dude that like found out that he could like do looks
Do the
to
bare
camera,
minimum.
do the
Yeah.
bare minimum to camera, and like win Oscars for it. And he always seems like he wandered on set, and everybody was just like, "Oh, you're handsome. You can play the
got
lead."
those dimples.
Yeah.
Now this was the height of Bennifer. Would you guys say that this Bennifer, that is today's Bennifer, is stronger than the 2003
Oh
Bennifer?
no!
That was it?
This is for sure weaker. This is hey, we need to die together.
Okay,
damn.
the
Unfortunately.
pandemic like shook
Yeah.
them
You
into.
don't think they're like using each other for clout?
I think they know that the world is coming to an end.
They are
They're
in the
just-
Illuminati.
They're just like, let's just get this
ride that
over
out.
with.
All
Yeah.
right, good
They
to
don't,
know.
yeah, and they don't need clout at this point.
No,
like,
they don't.
They're
Ben
They're
could
over
use a redemption. I don't know why. Again, I don't know why I fucking hate him or like society made me hate him.
Yeah.
But based on Twitter, he could use a redemption. And I think being with J-Lo is a
wait,
good
was he
move.
Batman?
He was Batman. He was Batman. He was probably one of the closer iterations of Batman. The way that he was like beating the living shit out of people. I was like, yeah, this is the guy.
And his voice was very bad.
It was very bad.
And there's the cigarette meme of him where he's standing outside looking like he's just had the hardest
the
life.
hardest, and that's what the relatability comes from.
That's
It's just a
okay.
normal guy
Okay.
that just happens to be.
You can't be a
famous.
normal guy that's that famous. You have to be like
Right.
J-Lo.
Have you seen the creepy video of
No.
okay, so some
no.
girl matched with him on
Raya? It
Raya.
has to be
Yeah.
Raya.
Raya
kidding.
and she was just like, this is not Ben Affleck, goodbye. And then he sent her a video Ariel in her Instagram DMs.
Yes.
And he's like, hey, Kaylee or whatever her name. It's me.
No.
It's Ben Affleck.
You're fucking kidding
That
me.
video is out. Like you
Miles,
can see
is
it.
there a way to pull that up?
It's so funny.
It is creepy.
It's creepy, but it's fun.
When
I
did
think
this
he was
happen?
trying to be funny.
Oh, I hope
When did
so.
this happen?
This was like
Mid-pandemic?
probably mid-pandemic. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Love it. Dude.
Okay, let's see. Let's hear creepy Ben Affleck.
Waking up in the morning, thinking about so make it better. I'm trying to get rid of them, but nothing seems to
Naveen, why did you unmatch me? It's me.
Okay,
It's
I
a-
think he's being funny.
I think he's being funny.
Yeah, but it doesn't make it less creepy.
Yeah, it's because he's an old, he's a dad.
Yeah,
without
yeah,
being
you're
a
right, you're
dad.
right, you're right.
Does he have kids?
Is he a father? No.
He doesn't have
He
kids,
doesn't have
right?
kids. No,
But he's
she
a
has
dad.
kids.
She
J-Lo
does.
has
J-Lo
kids,
does.
yeah.
J-Lo
But
does?
She's like 7.
With that body?
They're stem cells. We'll talk
Okay.
about that later. 100%.
But yeah, so he has dad energy. That's why the camera was so close.
Because he doesn't know what he's doing.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He's a creep.
He's
or
never
he's just
used the
like
front-facing
he's
camera.
watching fucking Fox
Yeah.
and Friends.
Sure.
or
Oh,
some
no.
shit.
Sure. On
Fuck.
Facebook.
On Facebook.
Okay,
He's
okay,
got
okay.
he takes pictures with his iPad.
Stop dragging him. We haven't even started talking about the movie
Oh yeah,
yet.
you're right. You're right.
Okay,
But I say all that to say he brings that energy
yeah,
to the movie.
and you like him,
Yeah,
and you're a fan of his. Okay.
I like Argo a lot. A lot.
I'm not gonna lie, I just like Argo.
Oh, Argo is pretty good.
Okay, oh my
I was
God,
on the
so
edge of my seat on Argo.
Gigli is
Gigli?
a movie.
We should say
I
it
don't know how to
differently
say it.
every
Gigli?
time.
How do you say it?
Giggly,
I just say Gigli.
Gigli. Okay. Gigli
googly eyes.
is a rom-com / crime / drama / we're not really sure what kind of movie it is.
First,
where
okay.
Ben Affleck, who
Yeah.
is a contracted criminal guy
Hitman
hitman / crime person.
Is he's just in the mob.
Sure.
He's actually the original gangster.
He's
According
the
to his
original
log.
gangster.
Shut up. I'm giving the log
Okay,
line.
Yeah, you're
well,
right.
that's important.
God damn it. Okay, Ben Affleck plays Gigli,
Gigli.
the mobster guy who gets hired by the head mobster guy to kidnap a man. And
What kind of man?
What kind of
he's
man? Please tell
differently
what- please.
abled mentally. And we'll talk about that.
Can you do an impression?
No, thanks.
No.
And then
Can you cancel yourself?
Come to surprise. Knock, knock, knock. Who's on the door? The mob guy also sent another contracted killer
Yeah.
crime person
Yeah.
played by Jennifer Lopez
Jennifer.
because you made me say Gigli. And what's going to happen when 2 contracted killer murder crime people have to kidnap and babysit the same person? This is
Gigli.
Wow.
I feel like Zach would have done that. Not you, Zach. The other Zach would have done that way better.
No, you got
You
it.
nailed
You
it.
got it. You
Okay.
nailed it.
Okay, wait. Let's just get this one thing out. Let's just get the first elephant in the room, overarching
Yeah.
cancel factor about this movie that makes it the most cringe fucking worthy movie of all time.
Okay.
Is that
J-Lo appropriating Asian culture.
Yes. Absolutely.
besides that is Ben Affleck's character is told to kidnap a differently abled person. And how do we say that this character is played by the white guy from the Hangover movies?
Yep.
Okay, there's literally 6 white guys in the Hangover
Pick
movies.
any of them.
The one that gets hangover.
Pick
The-
any
the
of them.
main
They're all the
one.
same except for Zach Galifianakis.
the one that was getting married.
Yes,
There you
yes,
go.
yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
The
he
Hangover, yeah.
offensively plays someone that
Is differently abled.
Is
That is
differently
differently
abled
abled.
mentally, and it's so
The
Cringe.
The rage that so I grew up. One of my good friends, his brother is differently able, and so I just grew up with somebody like that.
Yeah.
That's just like in our house at sleepovers
Yeah.
and all of that stuff. And so seeing his depiction was so
so
annoying
bad.
because they're not children.
no.
They're
It would have been
smart.
better if this was a child. being kidnapped.
If it was
Yeah.
a child being kidnapped,
Right.
just if that's what you wanted to do,
Yeah.
go for it. But we can tell that you didn't want to work 10-hour days.
right.
We can truly tell that you
Yeah.
did not want to have a kid go
Yes.
home early.
Yes.
And now we have to wrap shooting because
Yes.
this kid has to go home. Whatever.
Yes.
He's like, we need an adult that's also a child. Oh, wait a minute.
The writers were
Oh,
like, we nailed this.
don't be offensive because you found a loophole, you piece of shit. Like,
And this was just on the cusp of people being like, maybe we shouldn't do this anymore.
Right.
After
Yes.
the Rain Mans of the world and universe and giving out awards and things like that. Maybe we should. So I feel like that's also why this movie got a fuck ton of backlash is because also this man is collateral in the game of crime.
Sure.
Right.
And it adds and takes away. It adds nothing and takes away just
so much.
So much.
Well, probably 50% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
I would say
Honestly,
it would have been at least like a 56.
and because, and this was like my first couple notes was like, what fucking genre is this movie?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Is
There's a scene where somebody gets their head blown off,
I was like,
and then they play the Bridget Jones Diary music in the background.
None of the music matches the scene.
at all.
When they're like making love, there's this like tender guitar, and I'm like, no, they're fucking.
Yeah.
Play like rock music.
Yeah,
Like, not-
and they're fucking not out of love. It's because she just wanted to.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
she just wanted to. I want to.
We will-
Well, there was a little power dynamic. Like she was the top,
right.
but then it was like then she flipped right over. You
Right.
know?
We'll get to that.
She gave up on that.
Yeah, she gave up
Yeah.
real quick.
Where are we when we pick
Yeah.
up here? Is that Ben Affleck kidnaps this guy. Jennifer Lopez gets brought in to also like then now babysit him.
Yeah.
And they are on like a 2 to 3 day adventure with each other. And it's not a buddy cop. It's not a drama, but it is because then someone also tries to like unalive themselves and they literally show the fucking.
Oh my god, I forgot about that part.
Oh my
gasped.
God.
Like this movie has no.
I was looking
theme.
at my phone when that happened, and I looked back up, and I was like, "What the fuck is
just
happening?"
happened? Yeah. So where do we even start?
I don't know.
Now that we've gotten that big overarching like holy fucking shit, we know.
Should we start at pleasures?
Try.
Okay.
They'll be short.
Try.
I'm sure.
I think that the bones of this movie are solid.
Oh no, I'm gonna get yelled at. That was too loud.
Yeah.
Therapy is important. You already know that, but maybe it's been too expensive, or maybe you're like, it's so inconvenient. I gotta drive to some office, sit in an uncomfortable chair. BetterHelp is here to help and give you an alternative to traditional therapy. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You get to connect in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient that you can start communicating in under 48 hours. You can try different counselors until you find the one that's right for you. They have counselors who are specializing in whatever's going on with you, okay? Depression, anger, stress, anxiety, LGBT matters, relationships, and so much more. Or maybe you just need someone to talk to. Anything you share is, of course, confidential. It's convenient, professional, and best of all, affordable. So many people are using BetterHelp. They're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. We want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/guiltypleasures. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. BetterHelp.com/guiltypleasures.
I think that it is close enough to a solid outline for a movie.
Sure.
Where it's just like, okay, this odd couple comes together.
Two contract killers forced to work.
A mob entranced drama or like rom-com could be something, but it's just like all of these things could be something.
Yes.
But when you throw them together and then add a mentally handicapped person, it doesn't make sense.
No,
it just makes people upset.
And you're like, wait, are they trying to make this funny? Because it's not, and it's not a comedy, but the lines you're saying are insinuating.
jokes, and then the music is
it's like clown.
jokey.
And you have a
elephant
lesbian,
shoes.
a self-proclaimed lesbian who's told,
Yes.
maybe you should keep an open mind.
Right.
Maybe you should be with men.
And
it's
for
like,
those
and then
who
she
didn't pick up on
does
that,
kind of, and you're
it's
like,
Jennifer Lopez,
Right.
Is
Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez.
supposedly gay.
Okay.
Right.
Which we're on pleasures. We're on pleasures.
Oh, sorry.
Another pleasure.
Yeah.
No.
Second pleasure. Jennifer Lopez is at like God tier J-Lo
Hotness.
at this
Low-rise
point. Oh
jeans.
my
The
God.
yoga scene?
The
The
yoga scene.
when she says, "My pussy,
no, there's a better line.
Vagina.
Hold on.
my pussy."
Because there are great quotes in this movie.
Oh, the best
too.
quotes. The IMDb quote section was.
They make my
the
penis
chain.
sneeze.
Yep.
Hot women make my penis sneeze. The mouth is the twin sister of the vagina.
Great.
Gobble gobble. It's turkey day.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble.
It's turkey time.
Yep.
Okay, so we every time in the room somebody says like
Say what the room means.
the writer's room
Thank
for
you.
a show.
Yes.
We have found it fun that whenever a line is bad or a line of dialogue is bad, we'll say gobble gobble.
Stop.
It's turkey time.
Is it from Gigli?
From Gigli, because that is probably one of the worst lines of all time. It's not calling
She's talking
back
about eating her pussy. I don't know
to
if we
anything.
said that.
Yeah. No. And she makes it sound like that's what you say.
That's what you say.
You guys don't say. Oh, you wouldn't know. You don't have a pussy.
She was trying to pull it off. You
sitting back.
I'm sorry. I just
No, she acts like she has a dick in this movie.
Right.
She
Oh, yeah.
fully has big dick
Yeah.
energy.
She does.
She does.
And she opens her legs and says, gobble,
Gobble,
gobble.
gobble.
And Ben Affleck goes, huh?
Yeah.
As if it's not obvious.
right.
And she says, it's turkey time.
Yeah.
Huh? And she looks down at her pussy and says,
It's
gobble, gobble.
turkey time. First of all, I thought stuffing. Like,
Right.
let's get to stuffing.
That makes more
Right.
sense.
Right.
Even gobble,
it's-
gobble could have been like gargle, gargle. Or, yeah.
Why was that what you go for?
The whole idea of Jennifer Lopez being gay just didn't work.
Right.
Like her announcement that she's gay because she's had men and they were trash. And so she went to women and realized they were so much better.
Right.
It just is the most unbelievable thing.
Yeah.
Because, and this was one of my pleasures, their chemistry, too good.
Great.
Her and
It's
Ben?
good. It's
Yeah.
real good chemistry.
It's so obvious they're
If-
deeply in love and
Yeah.
fucking that I was like, I'm uncomfortable. I feel like I'm actually watching Jennifer
Right.
Lopez and Ben Affleck.
Oh, that's
fucking kiss.
interesting.
Real good chemistry.
I was
If-
not uncomfortable for that reason. Maybe I can't pick up on straight chemistry.
Probably
Oh,
that.
maybe.
You're pretty gay.
if Ben Affleck wasn't overacting as this like
Oh my
weird Jersey / towny dude in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
know!
fair.
You're in LA.
Why?
Even I know. Okay, so I know you guys are both in LA, so you don't want to move to film it in Jersey where it's supposed to be filmed.
Yes.
I get that.
Boston, anywhere,
but
not LA.
if you're in LA, use your normal fucking accent.
Voice,
You don't have
Yeah.
to do the whole
Yeah.
like I'm from
Okay.
Jersey.
Hey,
That
what do you
being
think?
said, unpopular opinion,
Yeah.
my first pleasure that I wrote down was
His accent?
I don't know why, but Ben Affleck as a gangster
No.
works every fucking
No.
time on me. I know I'm not supposed to.
How many times has he done it?
The town?
Didn't see it.
The town makes me wet thinking about
he's
it.
great in The
Really?
That is the best movie. Are you kidding
great
me?
in
Why?
Jeremy-
Why does it make
Jeremy
you
Renner?
wet?
Jeremy Renner,
Oh,
right?
those accents?
Yeah,
They're hard as fuck.
Isn't it
They're-
like Boston?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, that accent.
It's great.
Sounds like
That's
you
a-
dropped someone in a garbage disposal.
Oh
Suck
shit.
my dick. But like, I know I'm not supposed to believe him as a gangster, and I do every time. When he's going off on his strange monologue about being the most cutthroat gangster that ever.
I was
Oh,
laughing.
you like that?
I was.
I didn't
I'm
like
the
it.
original gangster.
That
I'm
was
repulsed by it,
horrible.
but I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe him
I don't
every
believe any
time
of
when
it.
he's like, I grew up in the roughest. I'm a thug. You want to be a thug? I'm like, I believe you. You've had a hard life. You're a regular man
Yeah.
who grew up as a hard life boy.
And it's like you said. Now that you said it has the bones of a good movie. Like there are places you could do easy fixes.
Yes.
Like make her bisexual.
Yes.
So
Make
there's
her-
this
make
like,
her
will they,
bi.
won't they?
Make her ace. No,
This
not
is
asexual.
not the
That doesn't make sense.
bi visibility that we were asking
No,
for.
no,
It's
no,
not
no.
that Ben
Because
Affleck
that's-
immediately tries to sleep with the other contracted
Right.
killer, and she says, you're not my type. And he's like, what isn't about me isn't your type? And she says, your penis. And I'm like, first of all, I don't fucking believe you, Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah. And
Second-
doesn't she grab his dick moments later?
She's
in bed. She's
in
like,
his face, fucking making out with him the entire movie.
Yeah.
yeah.
She's literally in love with him as they were
Yeah.
filming this movie. They got engaged the November the year that this movie came out. So they were like peak honeymooning,
Right.
like in love with each other. And I just didn't believe her for a second. And the whole movie, this is the worst way They made a whole movie about killing a man's toxic masculinity.
Oh my God.
That's
I
all
wrote
this
down
movie is.
Toxic masculinity, the movie. Yeah.
And it doesn't get killed
No.
at all. He doesn't change. He doesn't turn into a different person. He just gives himself
And the
up.
way you
At the end, he
do
goes,
it,
if you ever hop the fence,
Yeah.
like, give me a call. What?
Hop the fence in prison?
Yeah.
Bitch, that doesn't make
Lesbianism
any
is like-
sense. Right.
and that's
prison.
like her entire story arc is like we're trying to turn her from what she says in the first 20 minutes is like full blown lesbian to questioning to now they're in a relationship riding off into the sunset together. Like the whole character arcs, I guess, is him realizing he's more effeminate than he pretends to be.
Oh my God, they did the
they
gay
didn't even do
test.
that.
Isn't that where this comes from?
The gay test. That used to be in elementary school.
Yeah.
Hey, look at your nails. And if
But
you
did
look
they
at your
get
nails
it
like
from
this,
Gigli?
you were gay.
Yeah.
What?
How do you look at your nails?
I mean,
Yeah, pretty fucking gay, right?
yeah. I'm not on trial here.
No,
Ben
fair
Affleck
enough.
is.
What if you look at your nails like this? For those of you who can't see.
Who
that.
Oh
watched
yeah,
this?
sorry. I don't think Jennifer Lopez changes one lick in this movie.
her
She
character
starts
isn't
fully
there.
formed, knowing who she is, and then
And I think that's sick.
yeah, she's one note the
she's
whole.
sexy.
I think it's so
She's intimidating.
incredibly attractive.
Her as a contract killer, which she does no crime, and she's the softest little bitch killer I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life. She's just a sexual object in this movie.
Yeah.
She's pretty fucking hot at it.
She's great at it, and she
Yeah.
also made me want to watch Enough again. Enough made me want to try Krav Maga for years. Oh my god!
Female
Fucking-
revenge films are probably my
They're-
favorite
And that is
genre
the-
ever.
That is the
Fucking
best
tier.
one.
Yeah.
She got
Top
my
tier.
haircut in that film.
You got
Yeah, she
her
did. You got
haircut.
her.
I went
Yeah.
to my haircut guy.
Yeah,
and I was
self-defense
like,
is not murder.
Make me
Give
look
me
like I'm ready to kill my husband.
my
Yeah.
ex. Another maybe controversial pleasure.
Oh,
I'm
here we
very
go.
curious.
Yep.
I think Jennifer Lopez outacted everyone in this
Yeah,
movie.
she was great. I thought she was fantastic in it. And I thought that
She did that.
the only person that got her was Al Pacino because it's
Oh
Al
yeah,
Pacino.
I was gonna say
Oh,
Al
there it
Pacino.
is.
It's Al
And wait,
Pacino.
can we talk about how Al Pacino and Christopher Walken both have
Thank
one
you.
scene?
Yeah.
I'm so
and
glad.
they're never referenced again.
I'm
I
so
feel
glad
like
you
they
brought
were
this up.
friends with Ben.
Obviously.
Like, we'll do a
We'll do a
scene.
scene or something
A
like that. It just
day.
feels too cameo.
But these are two huge,
humongous actors.
huge. 2003. I mean, Al Pacino still looks human back
Yeah.
then. Like he looks great. Acted his fucking titties off. You're right. Makes no sense. But these are huge cameos.
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah. That's why I feel like it's a friend favor.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
'cause-
guess. I'm
yeah.
totally guessing.
But that was a pleasure for me was when they both walked in, my I think I even wrote it down was I said like, why is Christopher Walken here
Yeah.
as a cop who works with contracted killers and tough guys? Question mark.
Great voice.
Al fucking Pacino?
Yeah.
Question mark.
fantastic voice.
So Christopher Walken with the butter. He comes in and basically says the guy
What's the deal?
Information.
the guy whose brother you kidnapped is a district attorney.
Was that his purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To just say that?
So then Ben Affleck and J-Lo are like, oh, yikes, we kidnapped a district attorney's brother. That's like
that's
just an
crazy.
information
Right.
plot. And then Al Pacino comes in as the guy who set up the kidnapping, who's like against the district attorney.
Sure.
Does
And
it matter? Like
doesn't
truly.
matter.
no, and J-Lo
It
like
doesn't matter.
just
This could've-
genuinely monologues out of death. I don't
This
know.
Could have been a child. It
Yeah. It would have made more sense.
way more sense if it was
Higher
a child.
stakes.
If you had to cut the thumb off of a child,
That's-
and then that whole scene where they go to the morgue and they have to
Yeah.
find a kid's body, that
That's
would have been
dark.
way more dark.
Then
Speaking
this is a
of the
drama.
morgue-
Oh, tell us about the morgue. You got info on morgues?
First of all, he cuts off a thumb with
With
a plastic knife. And they don't even show it.
No.
They
I
show a guy get shot in the head point blank and they're off camera
They
cutting a
didn't-
thumb off.
they
That
didn't
was
have
it was a
this
plastic. I thought
It was
a-
from utensils.
It was
like
from his
a
plastic utensil bag.
Really?
From
I
like
thought
plastic
that was a
knife.
fucking not syringe.
No, a saw?
plastic
Scalpel.
knife.
No, plastic knife from a salad fork and knife kit.
That's
And
impossible.
I know.
As he's cut, so for reference, the guy tells him you have to send the thumb of the guy to the district attorney so that he
Yeah.
knows we have him.
Right.
And Ben Affleck is like, all right, I'm going to do this. And J-Lo's the voice of reason. That's like, we can't cut this guy's thumb off. That is
Ben's
ba-
also against it.
Is he?
Yeah.
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 I don't think he's like all the way turned yet.
That's fair.
To a good guy at this point. So they sneak into a morgue, which apparently is super fucking easy to do.
Oh,
all
yeah.
you have to do is like drop something and make the guy bend over.
Yeah, they
and
do
then
it in
you-
Fight Club. It's
You
very
run
easy.
behind. Yeah, you like tiki tiki tiki, run behind him, and then they break into the freezer, which is also apparently super easy to just break
Open.
into.
Yeah, it opens.
Yeah, and then you just take your pick at what limb you
Yeah.
want.
I also love this movie was in a very limbo time where she has to use his home phone when she first, so no cell phones, I guess.
in 2003, we had cell phones.
He was on a payphone. Lewis was always on a payphone. I never saw a cell phone in
It's a
this
good
movie,
point.
I don't think.
It's a very good point.
And then also, oh shit, there was a second one. Oh, what were you just talking about?
the morgue. Oh,
The thumb. They send
thumb?
a thumb and it's like, yeah, it's not going to match.
The thumbprint?
It's an
fingerprint of the
adult- yeah,
thumb.
adult random thumb.
It's cold. It didn't bleed.
Yeah, it wasn't-
Why would anybody be like, oh,
Yeah,
this
too much
is
science.
my
Kid
brother's thumb.
Yeah.
And then the whole Al Pacino scene was phenomenal for one. For two, it's just him pointing out the flaws of the movie.
Yes.
Where the entire
Yes.
premise of the movie, where he's just like, why would you do this?
yeah.
I could have gotten off because I have like people paid off. I'm a mob boss, you
Yeah.
idiot. Why would you think that this is the 80s and you can just kidnap a kid and intimidate a federal
That's what it is.
prosecutor?
Federal
Yeah.
prosecutor. Yeah.
What it was so funny. And then the fish eating the brains.
The
was
fish
wild.
in the brain was, that's a pleasure for
It,
sure.
it shocks you. I will give it that. The pleasure of this movie, I open mouth in my room alone
Right.
like 3 times. One was when he just shoots the guy in the
Yeah,
head.
that was crazy.
That was crazy. The other one is when the girl, Jennifer Lopez's ex-girlfriend, shows up unannounced.
God.
Yeah.
I
And
keep forgetting
decides
it.
that she's gonna try and unalive herself by slitting her wrist in the kitchen.
I thought it was another contractor. Like,
Yeah.
I thought, that's
Sure.
because that's
I thought
that's
it was
what
like
they
Catch Me or not
established.
Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
What's the other? The Town, but not the Town with Matt Damon.
Oh, where everyone dies.
yes.
The Descendants.
Spoiler alert.
No?
that one.
Is that it?
Yes. The
Okay.
Descendants. The Departed.
The Departed.
Oh God!
Descendants
I
is
was
George
like, are you guys
Clooney
talking
in
about?
Hawaii.
Are you talking about the Leftovers? Because that's a show.
That's the one where that would have been good, where it was a twist where everyone was a spy or whatever. And
Yeah.
I
Sure.
truly
The
thought it was a
Departed.
third contract killer,
Oh,
but it
God.
was J-Lo's ex-girlfriend coming to, out of her mind, not understand the situation of her
He didn't
Sure.
understand it at
girlfriend
all.
being a.
She's like, we can be in a 3-way.
It was
She's like,
That was-
all
that's not
very
this.
confusing.
That was
Again,
wild.
not the polyamorous
Slitting
bi-erasure
her wrist.
in the kitchen. For what? For
okay,
what,
but-
you guys?
okay, but-
What point does it prove
Well,
that J-Lo's a
I mean,
empath?
maybe you would do that for J-Lo. Do you know what I
Ooh,
mean?
You're right. She is a Leo.
I would.
You know?
Yeah.
If J-Lo was breaking up with you, you'd be like, I will do fucking
Yeah.
anything.
I would be losing my mind.
Including
I
fuck
would,
Ben Affleck, like, I'm in.
yeah.
I'd fuck Ben Affleck just
Yeah,
because.
exactly.
I mean, you've already explained your
Yeah.
attraction to him.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Again, I don't know why.
It's if you have her at one point and then you lose her, your life is over.
How do you think A-Rod feels right now?
I think he's okay.
Oh,
I have a theory.
you put thought into this.
I have a theory.
Let's hear it.
This is gonna get me in trouble.
Can't wait.
Really?
I think that J-Lo has been married too many times to be sane.
Okay.
Oh,
I think that it's
okay.
her.
You know what?
Unfortunately, I think that it's her personality.
I don't disagree because the things I've heard about her,
Right.
that the maintenance,
It's probably a lot.
it's a lot. And I don't think that's a wrong thing to say. I think you can say that about a man. You could say that about a woman. And anyone would agree that like when you're at that caliber
Right.
of celebrity
Yeah, it's
and
just
money,
a lot. Right. And J-Lo's, she's been famous for a very long
Forever.
time.
and she's too fucking cool to not be
Yeah.
fucking
Cool and
crazy.
attractive
Sure.
and
Yeah.
Like
just-
bathing in someone's
And I-
blood every night.
Little stem
I
cells.
think it's the same as Rihanna, where it's just like you really have to keep up with me, and
Yes.
there's no man.
No,
that could do
which
that.
is why she's gay in this movie, is because she's like, men just are like
Don't cut.
they're afraid of their femininity. That's why
Yeah.
you gotta get a
thing-
guy like Jared who's not afraid
Yeah.
to be feminine as fuck.
The thing I
Fluffy.
don't understand about J-Lo is why she keeps getting married. why she keeps doing it, where it's just like, if you know that no man can keep up,
Like why?
why are you
Because isn't
attaching
falling in
yourself?
love fun?
It is, but not to the point of marriage.
But isn't when you have that much money and an ironclad prenup?
Yeah.
Isn't it though? To be
Maybe
thrown off that fucking cliff,
Maybe it's a power play.
and she's
I
over
see,
50.
I'm so like bitter about not bitter about Hollywood.
I'm
but
bitter.
I'm
You're
like,
also bitter,
I'm like,
yeah.
is
Bitter.
this just to keep them in the tabloids?
Probably.
Do you know what I
too.
mean? Like yeah, like let's get married. Why not? And then we can get divorced later, and it'll also be kind of
Yeah,
fun.
but
That
like
could-
it's so less
You're
high stakes.
Y'all are thinking of it way at a way higher tier than I am.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about it from a human aspect of like
you'd
love.
have sex with her, but you don't want to date her.
or-
It's okay. You can say that. I'd say that about Ben Affleck.
I would date J-Lo, but
Oh, would you?
yeah.
What a-
Yeah, that's. I mean, sure. Yeah,
I guess
I'm not gonna turn down J-Lo.
I don't know.
out
Have you
of your
seen
mind.
Rick's calves?
No, I'm.
No,
I.
no.
You
When
know,
he walked in, this guy has calves.
J-Lo would be
Okay.
lucky.
Thank
to date
you.
Garrick.
I appreciate it.
Lucky.
I don't
appreciate
believe
it
you
so
there.
much. I think that is a bold-faced lie.
No.
I think that
you
J-Lo
two
would-
men and your
would
masculinity.
literally
You're
chew
both
me to
attractive
pieces.
and sweet and funny. Anyway,
Very attractive.
Go on.
bored. Let's talk about some guilt.
Have we not been this entire
No,
time?
we've been
mean-
tweaking them to be pleasures, haven't we?
Okay.
Wait, guilt is in like bad stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. First one that can just open up the floor. This is
boy.
the first. Speaking of floors, this is
Oh.
the first one. It truly doesn't make any sense. So there is a scene where J-Lo is getting ready for bed.
The first night they're together.
First night
In the
they're together.
house.
She just comes in. She's like, "I'm looking after this kid too with you. We're gonna, sleep in separate rooms." She is just. She finds like I don't know. It seems like
I'm sweating. My sinuses are
a
stuffed.
wheat cot.
It's what you roll
mat.
sushi
straw.
with.
It's a straw mat.
A straw
Okay.
mat that they give POWs in Vietnam.
So they're not on just the ground.
Just the ground
Yeah.
where he's just like, oh, you're gonna get eaten by spiders or scorpions or
And
something.
they want you to believe that
Right.
Jennifer Lopez as Ricky, as whatever the fuck her name is. What was her
Right.
real name? Like
Rochelle.
Rochelle. Fuck off.
Yeah, but she's
You want to believe that she's about to sleep on this straw cot.
She's this straw cot. And it's that, and it's the I don't have any blankets at a sleepover, so here's this baby sheets type of situation.
It's like two scarves.
Yeah,
no
right.
books, no blankets
and
in this house.
she's just making a meal of it. She's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna make this cot bed and
Watch
just
me make it.
set it up. And I'm
be
just
there.
like, okay, just say you want her to be in doggy style position. And she's like, got her back arched.
And then she later has that whole yoga mat scene that we kind of
Yeah.
left as a pleasure, where
Right.
it's like
Oh, yeah.
she's just showing off
Her body.
and
yeah.
for him to be like,
Yeah.
I can't control my masculinity, but I feel safe with you because I'm allowed to be a little feminine because you're so masculine.
Right.
And it's like, Jesus Christ. If you just want them to be in the same fucking bed together,
Right.
Just make
say,
that.
Just say it because you have the kid on the couch.
Yes.
I swear there were other couches
Yeah.
in the
He
apartment.
had multiple couches.
He had multiple. There's no
Multiple.
way that he had one
leather
couch.
couches, leather jackets.
Right. Like, and I've slept in single seats before, and you can do it, especially if you're like a contract killer, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my guilts, was that for two contract killers, I'm very confused about the state of their income because
Yeah.
they do have real leather jackets. It's
Right.
very apparent that's like their
Yeah,
their
that's their
outfit
thing.
style choice. But then someone walks in and is like, "Oh, this place is a dump" to
Yeah.
his house.
Right.
But then he's also driving like a
It's-
convertible lowrider, where I'm like,
Yeah.
is that a nice car? And then also, you guys never get paid for this job anyway because your boss just got shot in the fucking head.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
what
then it's-
is there?
Yeah, it's also like I don't know what era this is in. Is it
Yeah.
going back to the phone situation?
Yeah.
Is it the
his
90s?
car? Is it the 90s? Is it the
If
70s?
Al Pacino's there, Christopher
Al
Walken's
Pacino's there.
It's-
I mean, he's got shag carpets.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah. It's I am fine. I'm trying to make the guilt not so guilty. But can I just say my biggest guilt of all? What the fuck was the ending?
Oh my!
Yeah.
Where they send him on set to dance with the Australian girl.
Yes,
the
like
Baywatch
they
scene.
go to the real mob boss's house where that mob boss shoots their boss in the head. And then the mob boss, Al Pacino's like, I'm going to kill both of you because you sent the wrong thumb. And then Jennifer Lopez is like, you shouldn't do that because we're the only people who know you did that. And then he's like, yeah, so why don't I just kill you? And she's like, because why don't you not?
Yeah.
And then they
give
just
us a
leave.
chance. Yeah.
And then they end up driving down the PCH where they see Baywatch being shot, which is the guy's favorite film that he's always talking about. He wants to go to the Baywatch.
Which they never really explained where that came from.
And that wasn't Baywatch.
Well,
that was just...
they did explain where it is.
Did they?
To another guilt and to the backing of violins, he says that's where the sex is.
Happens, yeah. As if like that's all he's thinking about. Yeah. That's where the sex is.
Because he can't form full sentences.
Yeah, he's not capable of a relationship.
I don't know if this is a guilt, but something I felt bad about was that he's kind of hot.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's fair.
And I'm like,
guy from the hangover.
I know.
No,
I'm just
but did
I'm not gonna be
he?
sexually attracted to
Did
the
he
he's
get
cute. He's a
new
cutie.
teeth, or did he get new fucking teeth when he got money? Y'all
did
see
he?
those choppers?
Oh, was that not
They're like the half white. Y'all know what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
I thought
Probably
that
like
was.
mine.
I thought that was like makeup.
No, it's like
God.
he got brand new teeth.
Do you have bad teeth in this movie?
He is.
I thought that was like just
Interesting.
part of the character because apparently people
I didn't notice.
with mental handicaps can't brush their own teeth.
It was bad
That's
on
insane.
all. Like that's how bad it was you couldn't tell what they were purposefully trying
was
to make an
purposeful?
offensive character trait.
I watched my buddy who has autism give a eulogy.
Wow.
Like just like a couple days ago, and I'm like, this is actually really nice.
It's like we're growing as a society,
Right.
and we're giving space to like understanding. But what the fuck are we gonna do about all the fucked up shit
Right.
we've done for the last
I mean,
100 years?
Love on the Spectrum season 2 just came out, so you can just watch
There you go.
that.
There you
Stream
go.
that on Netflix.
Yeah.
Not
Atypical.
sponsored. There you
Atypical
go.
is great.
Yeah.
We're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying.
Yeah.
Good job, media. Any other guilts?
What is the definition of a guilt in this situation? Like a bad part?
Yeah, well,
a
it's
bad
just,
part.
yeah, just like
Yeah,
something that's like a
But
guilty.
that you didn't enjoy.
It's something like somebody sat in a room and wrote down suckmydick.com.
Yeah,
You know,
I also wrote that
is
one down.
Yeah.
I think that teenage scene in general bothered me. This whole thing bothered me that like they're supposed to be these hard, toughened criminals, and we never
Never.
see them do
Anything
anything
hard.
hard.
Anything hard
So
at
it's like
all.
I wanted him to get like dried in the dryer in the
Yeah.
opening
Right.
scene, but I guess that's like I have heart. I'm not going to hurt this kid.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm just like, I don't
But I
believe they're
believe
going
you.
to
I
do
don't
this.
believe you.
Yeah,
now
because
you're
all talk, no
nothing
walk.
about
I'll talk, no
you
walk.
meditate and do yoga. I don't
Right.
believe you've ever hurt somebody.
Right.
And you use talking to help those teens or whatever.
And then
Yeah.
when they fuck, she's wearing a robe the whole time.
well, that
And
was
you
in our
don't even-
contract for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, come on. We
She's
don't
wearing
see
a
you guys
turkey
be
time robe.
bad at all. You guys
Oh my
aren't
God.
naughty. You're just talking.
What about his tattoos? Did you guys notice how bad
The
they were?
color
It was almost like,
ones.
Never
foreshadowing for real life.
Don't get color tattoos.
Don't get color tattoos. We've talked
Black and
about
white.
this.
I didn't even know
Only
they
black and
were.
white. You have color tattoos, don't you?
Yeah, there's some color.
Anyway,
It's
No,
the
no, no.
rainbow flag. Do
But
you have
it's-
anything else to say,
but no.
nah,
Kelsey?
because I'm queer.
Eric,
Look at my
Ooh,
haircut.
yes.
Want to say
Look
anything
at this
about
haircut.
my gay tattoo?
Jennifer Lopez also had a gay tattoo on the back of her body in this movie. It was confusing. I couldn't tell if that was a character
sorry.
trait.
Oh, I didn't see.
The tattoos in this movie were bad.
Yeah, they
all
were
around.
they were
She had a
bad.
straight up kimono on at some point.
Oh, I thought it was cute. It was silky
Yeah.
robe.
I think it was
I-
a kimono.
Is it offensive? No, they can wear kimono.
I don't know.
I don't know
I
either.
won't be
don't-
putting one
yeah.
on in the near future.
Yeah,
Someone
I
tell
don't think
me
that's
in
for
the
us
comments.
to decide.
Yeah, I think it was silky and pretty. That's what I meant. Did you guys know this movie was 2 hours long?
When I saw the runtime, I was like
Motherfucker.
Both of you guys went, and then
Well, I
clenched your
paused
jaw.
it at some point. I was like, I have like
no.
8/10 of this movie still to go.
Yeah.
Hot take. I think we should petition to remake this movie. Sans the problematic part, just the plot. Two contract killers get put on the same. Oh wait, that was already made, right?
what
Wasn't-
Mr. and
isn't
Mrs.
the-
Smith?
yeah. Damn.
That
Much
pairing
better.
is
Little different.
great. That pairing is just that odd couple situation is nice, or like a co-parenting thing.
Sure.
Where it's just I didn't expect to be raising this child or like looking after
Oh,
this
like the
child.
Katherine Heigl, Josh
Yeah,
Jamal.
I was gonna say Knocked Up.
Knocked Up.
No, the other
was
one
Katherine
where
Heigl.
their mutual friends die and they both have to take care of their
Wow.
kids.
That's sweet.
And the
Yeah.
kid grows up to be an assassin.
oh
No, I'm
shit.
kidding.
Oh, I was like,
but that's pretty sick.
dope.
It's just like
We should write that movie.
No, but
Yeah.
just like I hate you because I'm this type of girl, and he's like, I'm not cool with you either.
Oh,
And then
that's
they,
like Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. All
Yeah.
fucking rom-com
Yeah.
white people. I hate us. Anyway,
oh yeah,
so
and what is it? Blended Family? Is that the
Blended Family.
Yeah.
There's also this older movie that my roommate told me about with Bette Midler.
Oh,
Where they kidnap her and the husband doesn't like her. So
Oh,
he's like
yeah.
hoping she doesn't get
Yeah.
released. And she gets like hot when she's
Yeah.
with the kidnappers.
Yes.
And then she like the kidnappers and her get along.
I've seen
That's
this movie
cool.
and
like
it's great.
horrible people or like
Yeah.
disgusting
I couldn't
people
tell
or
you the
something.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's
Great.
fun.
That you should all go watch that instead.
instead.
Do we want people to watch this? I
No,
like,
no,
no, no, we
I
need to
don't-
bury this.
I think
Okay.
that this is just a
blip in the
blip, a dark age
The
in
Matrix.
in the film industry.
Yeah.
That
Ooh,
was just
hot
ignore.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Jen and Ben are back,
Did they,
Did they
reboot
remake
this?
it?
or are they
No.
gonna make them? Are they gonna make another movie?
I
Together?
don't think they should make another movie together.
You don't think they're
I
making-
think
Oh,
they
I'd
should
watch it though.
I think
I'd
they
watch
should just
it.
brace for the end of society like they plan to. in
You've
the
really
first
got
place.
apocalypse on your mind.
Yeah.
I know.
I agree,
I'm like, are you
but-
taking your meds? Are you good? Got my strong friends.
No.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a fun fact? I didn't know if there was going to be any fun facts. So I just like took it upon myself to take some. Did you know the original role of Ricky for Jennifer Lopez was supposed to be played by Halle Berry?
Yes.
You knew that?
I knew that. I knew that. I knew
What
that.
happened? She got Monsters Ball and
No,
was like,
she probably
She
got.
read
She
the
probably got.
script.
She probably. What? It can't be. She read the script because she read the script for Catwoman, and she still agreed to do that.
Okay, so Zachary Noe Towers,
Yeah.
not Zach Andrew Kornfeld. This is the part of the show where we decide if this movie is a pleasure, a guilty pleasure, or just plain guilty.
just guilty. I mean,
Ooh, he just went
I
right
mean,
for
immediately.
it.
do you guys not say that often?
No,
No,
I mean, we haven't
it's
had a bunch.
rare.
We haven't had a
This
lot.
is, the redeeming qualities for me were,
Ben Affleck. and
I
Jennifer
think it
Lopez.
was literally just the funny lines of dialogue.
Yeah.
That weren't probably
That weren't
intentionally that like
yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
I can't get it. Suckmydick.com.
My penis
my penis
sneezes when I
sneezes.
see
The
one.
mouth is the twin sister of
Of
the
the
vagina.
vagina. Gobble,
Dicosaurus
gobble.
Rex was in
Dicosaurus
there.
Rex was
Gobble
good.
gobble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh
it
my
wasn't
God.
without. I was entertained. I was entertained
Yeah.
in that way.
Dude, why doesn't this get the cult following the way that like really fucking bad movies do? Is it
Because
it's
it was
too problematic?
going. Yeah, you watch it, and then it was also going for something. It
Yeah.
wasn't like bad enough to like sit there and
Exactly.
laugh
It was in
at.
that limbo where
Yeah,
it's like
it was like this weird fake prestige movie / like I loved Goodfellas so much that I wanted to make a new era about it or
Sure.
some shit like that.
like high stakes, kind of zero stakes,
Zero
kind
stakes.
of high stakes again. You're like,
Zero
Yeah.
story.
they're getting a snack and then someone's getting shot in the head.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
doesn't know what it is.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just plain guilty, bury it, like
Yeah,
put it to bed.
put it in the dirt.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Because even the things I liked about this movie, to call it a guilty pleasure, I was like, oh wait, that's already another movie.
Right.
The like the
There
two
are- all of-
contracted killer
yes.
movies, they exist elsewhere in
All
great
of the
forms.
good things about this movie exist in another movie,
Yeah.
And they did it better.
much
Like the
better.
the bodyguards hitman or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
I said that backwards.
the Hitman's Bodyguard.
Did you watch the sequel to that?
Is it out?
Is if
I
yeah.
laughed
Yeah.
out loud.
Is it Ryan
Salma
Reynolds?
Hayek?
Yeah, it's Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, the Hitman's Bodyguards. I saw it
Oh,
twice in theaters.
that's
Is that okay
another-
to say?
I-
Is this a safe space?
I like that.
That's another one.
I-
Salma Hayek could be my aunt and I would also still sleep with her.
Whoa, Rick, hold on. Where the fuck did we bring in?
You know she doesn't have to be related to you. You can just say I would.
Listen, she's got big auntie energy.
She
and
does. She has
still-
fun and energy.
No one is like gun to your head forcing you to fucking aunt, like at all.
But he's just letting
You
us
don't know that.
If that's what's been going on. Got it.
Yeah, I've been.
But treat yourself. Go see that movie.
What's it called?
Hitman's Bodyguard's Wife.
Oh.
The Hitman's Bodyguard's Wife.
yeah.
It's something to
It's
watch
so
tonight.
fun.
Watch that instead of this. Rick,
Yeah.
what's your rating?
Oh, it's guilty.
Yeah,
it
okay.
needs to like get out of the archives, burn it, all of the copies. The fact that
Yeah.
HBO Max picked it up.
Crazy.
yeah.
I didn't even think about
Like,
that.
why would you do that to yourself?
Why?
You're HBO Max.
You're
Have
HBO
some
We
Max.
couldn't
self-respect.
find fucking
you're-
Spice World, but we could find Gigli with no problem.
Yeah, right. This should have been free on YouTube. I'm paying $5.99 a month for this to exist
They
in
like
the world.
take that and they give back to like a
Some foundation.
Yeah,
for
they
every time you
should.
watch
They
it.
sh-
Maybe the
100%
Gigli
should.
makers paid to put it on HBO Max.
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean?
And if that
Or
is
it's
the case, then they deserve it.
Or it's because Bennifer's back, baby.
Oh, that's actually
100%
probably it.
it.
I'm truly hoping that is not the case.
You know
It
that's what it
is the
is.
case.
There's no reason why. Like, what studio made
I'm
this?
praying that oh my
It's
God.
100%
Yeah.
it. And you know
I-
what?
oh
I
my-
wonder how they feel about it.
I think they buy things based off of like what studio made it, so they're just like, let's just buy Universal's
package.
A
catalog,
chunk.
and then Universal, whoever made it, was just like,
but
you gotta take Gigli too.
yeah,
You gotta
they
take
snuck it
Gigli.
in the
What's
back
crazy
with a
is-
different
Yeah.
name.
Did a bunch of people get a residual check when it hit HBO
Yeah.
Max?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
And they should donate all of it to
Yeah.
the cast of Love on the Spectrum.
Yes. Yeah. I'd no surprise have to agree with my co-hosts here. It's just I don't think I'd ever actually seen the movie all the way through. I think I'd seen parts enough of people making fun of it for me to think I've actually seen the movie all the way through. But I will say this. It's a guilt, but I'm glad I've seen it.
Yeah, because I think that
I'm gonna leave you hanging here. I'm gonna let
Yeah.
you sit with what you just said.
I'm like I'm thinking of us.
Mine is
Are you at many parties where they're like, let's talk about Gigli?
it's referenced enough.
It's referenced
right?
enough, and I wanted to know why people hated it.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
and then
Fair.
like a quarter of the way through, I was like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
this makes sense. I don't
Yeah.
need to watch the rest of it.
But
Yeah,
aren't you glad you
exactly.
did? You wouldn't
They-
have gone to Gobble Gobble had you
I-
quit.
that's- oh
Gobble,
my
gobble.
god, they should just have, if they just had a compilation of all of the terrible lines
Oh.
in the movie, then
There's-
I would have watched that, and I would be
Yes.
able to reference it at parties.
Like
and
on
then-
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah,
It's
it's.
a
I'm
YouTube thing.
sure it's out there. There's
Yeah.
got to be like a Ben Affleck supercut of
Best lines from
Gigli.
Gigli.
Right.
Yeah, that accent. Ugh, that's a pleasure.
But then he
for
goes
me.
in and out of it.
It's so in and out.
Yeah.
They're full words. He
Well,
said
don't
Ben
gangsters
voice.
when they're angry they get a little more fucking talking to you. You hear me, and then they kind of go back. Oh, yeah, over here.
But
But it's
over
still
here,
there.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't even here. It was
When I-
here.
Like my
He was saying
southern accent.
He was enunciating. He was saying here. Let's go over here.
It's that thing of where you grew up, right? Like where I
Yeah.
grew up, we talk a certain way, and I can go back into it like no fucking problem. But then I consciously stay out of it because I'm like, it's a little problematic.
Yeah.
But like, isn't that why Aquafina's in trouble too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like it's like we just gotta know when we've got to.
But Awkwafina's whole thing was that she was going into an accent that didn't exist in her
Life at all.
In her life at all.
Like just because she grew up in Queens,
Yeah,
it
that
doesn't.
that's
Yeah,
not-
and
she
was,
grew up in like a white neighborhood in Queens.
Oh god damn it!
And then
And like
Wait,
an,
but are
and
the
that-
people on her from stuff she did a while ago or recently?
both?
it was. I mean, it was just her. Like she came up rapping, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
she put on the black scent because she rapped,
Sure.
and it's like that makes
But she did she do it in Shang-Chi?
no.
No,
Okay.
I
She
think
only
that's
did it
what
in
brought
like
it
Crazy Rich
back up.
Asians and the things
Got
prior.
it.
Yeah,
Got it,
it's
got it,
people
got
are
it,
like,
got it.
oh, now that you have Disney money, you're
Now
like,
you can just drop that whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah. But doesn't Ben Affleck have an accent?
Yeah, he has like a Boston accent, not a Jersey accent.
Did we believe it?
No,
No.
You didn't believe it?
no.
No, are you joking?
I literally said as my first comment,
Yeah,
I believe it. I don't know why. I'm not
you
proud of
have
it.
like Ben Affleck blindness where like you just believe whatever he's saying.
yeah. Yeah,
Apparently.
especially when he's trying to be hard. Miles didn't like that one. I'm sorry.
Hard.
Okay, we're done, right? I can
Yeah.
say, everyone, Zach, tell us where to go find the people. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry we
yeah.
put you through this.
Oh, no, I loved
It was
it.
either that or Cinderella.
Your hair's also doing this amazing curly thing,
Yeah.
like a lollipop guild.
It's a good fluke.
Oh no, that's awful. Those guys are
No, don't do that one either.
Also,
that one
I'm
is
so glad you brought that up. I swear I love Gigli more than the new Cinderella. Like, I can't get myself to watch the new Cinderella.
I can't either, and I don't know why.
It looks very, very
Is it
bad.
because
What's our girl's
Camila
name?
Cabello is insufferable?
Everybody hates her.
Exactly like Ben Affleck.
I couldn't even get through. I couldn't get
Oh,
through the
God.
trailer of the new Cinderella. I was like, oh no.
The hotel we were staying at played it as an advertisement every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've seen it.
Were you staying in a Disney resort?
Maybe.
Wow.
No, we were in
Wow.
fucking Vegas, which is pretty much like adult Disney.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was either that or this. So.
Yeah, I'm glad. God, I can't believe I'm gonna say. I'm glad we watched Gigli.
I'm glad we watched
You can find me Zach Noe Towers everywhere. ZachNoeTowers.
And if you like queer content, Zach's really fucking gay.
Or regular
Really funny.
No,
content.
you're pretty
really
gay.
funny in general.
And
He's
you-
just a
I just
funny boy.
wow, I just called it regular. That's not good.
That's
not telling.
I
Oh,
cancel
God.
myself.
You also have a podcast
called Good Morning Sodomites.
which my dad had a very fun time researching the word sodomite again because he
That
was like,
is-
wasn't that a slur? He was worried for you. But
Yeah, I know.
Good Morning Sodomites, Good Morning Sod.
Good pod sod.
Good
yeah.
pod sod.
Anyway.
Go follow my
Yeah,
friend.
yeah, find me.
Rick, where can the people find you?
Just at Garrick Bernard on all of the things.
I'm Kelsey Darragh on all the things. And we will see you next week. And fuck Zach Kornfeld. You don't need to know his fucking handle. You know it.
You know it.
You
Corn
know
Diddy.
it.
It's Corn Diddy.
Oh, Garrick! I thought we were doing a thing.
Follow
we were
Corn Diddy.
All right, fine. Whatever.